Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to another session of Learning Unity with me. So where we last left off, we were creating our defender, and here we have our challenge. So we did for the most of it, but we still had some issues with the Thundershock attack, and we're gonna, while off screen, I did make different um, a different clone. Wait, where did I put it? Oh no, yeah, got it. So I saved it here. So there was an issue because before there was actually, because there was this the sprites of the Thundershock. It was actually merging with the color with the white, so I couldn't really see it, but it was actually accidentally included it with the image, so it accidentally grabbed it by mistake. So this is a little bit more precise and a little bit more accurate, so we're just going to move the white background. Hopefully this will solve the issue that we had. Save it there. That's cool. Move it here. Delete this, these two, and yeah, we should be good to go. So now we have that, but we're gonna rename it because I don't really like it like that. I'll put Thundershock attack, and I forgot to rename this too, so let's go ahead and do that as well. Thundershock, or Thunderbolt, I think I remember saying that. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. So we're gonna make a multiple, apply, sprite editor. Because remember, actually, well, I don't think you guys saw it, but like there's when I was looking through it, there's these like dots that are popping up, and that was because of this lightning sprite that appeared on top of it. Anyways, we're just gonna slice it like that, hit apply. We should get only 3. Nice. Alright, let's check it out. Yes, that's good. Alright, so we're gonna right click it, create an animation. We're gonna call this TB for Thunderbolt, ATK Pikachu, and then we're gonna hit play. Oh, I guess I am supposed to highlight all of it. Create an animation. TB attack Pikachu. Let's play. That's way too fast. Eight. I think that's good. Alright, so we're going to move that to animations. So we have all of our animations now. So we have idle, then we have attack, initiate attack, and then Thunderbolt attack, and then the Thunderbolt attack animation for Pikachu. Alright, so now we need to create a controller. So we're going to call this Pikachu. Go to the animator. So we're going to put idle, put initiate attack, and then Thunderbolt attack. This projectile for the animation, I don't think, where is it? This one? Pikachu attack. Yeah, I need to have a better name for these, but for now, yeah, we're going to make transition to attack only when something happens. Alright, let's see how this looks. We can just drop the animator's controller. So just drop Pikachu. I forget, do we need that? Do we need to include an avatar? No, we don't. Alright, cool. Let's just see the Pikachu in action. Poor Pikachu, he got stuck. Animations, got Pikachu. We're gonna do looping, so I guess Thunderbolt. Alright, I think we're good to go for now. Add animation event when you feel it should shoot a projectile. Alright, that's what we also did yesterday. So in our animation, the electric, we're going to add an animation event. I want to add in between, but why is it like this? Because there's only 3 frames, I get it. Wait. I'm guessing, does he want us to code everything or just create an animation event? How do I put it in between? Yeah, I guess that's fine. He can just shoot when it reaches here. Alright, so we got that one done. Create the animated controller, and we're good to go. I'm gonna speed this up because he's just basically doing the challenge. Yeah, I should do that too. I'll probably make another folder where it's like separates the controllers from the animations. So we can add a condition to switch to animations, switch animations. Hey, what was that? What did he just do? It looked kind of familiar. Alright, before we go ahead and do folder, yeah, attackers. Oh, my bad. I got confused. Oh right, I was gonna. I completely forgot. Oh yeah, right here, right. I wonder why he put it to 1. Does that look better? I guess so. The cactus is kind of funny. Oh, maybe that's why. So let's go here. We need to go to Pikachu. We're supposed to go to here. And wait, what's this error? Oh. Because I need to hit record. How do I play the oh, right here. Duh. So let's go to here and record. Oh. I guess we can add it there. I guess it's because there's not that many frames. Since it's only 3 frames, as opposed to like this one's like 6 by 9 or something, so 54 frames. Pikachu only had 30 frames. You know what I just realized? Like, because I mean I do play some like fighting games, and whenever I watch people's videos, they would mention, because I'm not really that, like, even though I like fighting games, I'm not really technical about it, and I would hear like these YouTubers, they mention something about frames, and like on the 6th frame, on the 7th frame, and I guess this is what they meant, like they're looking at the actual frame of the character, because each movement is a frame, and I guess they calculate like the frame inputs. I guess they calculate the frames of the character and know when to input, which is crazy. Like, that's really difficult. I feel like that's really difficult. So he added a color indicator. I think mine will be fine since we have this. We have this indicator in itself. Alright, let's drag this to the prefab group. There you go, Pikachu. Nice. What the heck is that? What? Wait, what did he do? What did he click? What did he highlight? Oh, so there's, there's this one, I guess. Or not? Never mind. What? So the difference is this one's the actual animation that we're messing with, and here is the object's animation. I guess there's a difference in that. So I'm seeing the importance of, seems like modularizing functionality as well. Or I guess like, because this shooter class describes that the object that has this component is able to shoot. And I really like how that's set up, as opposed to just, creating a specific script for an enemy object and then making it have like a shooter method, making it a shooter class, and implementing it into the class to describe its properties, I guess. I think I mentioned this in the past too. It sounds familiar. Now I'm saying it again. I do like it, and I think it's very readable in that sense. This is actually a lot better, because I remember getting confused, I think yesterday, about like why we need to pass a string, an int, or a float, or some object. Like, what if we want to pass in two objects, or what if we want to pass in two floats? Like, how would we go ahead and do that? Here, it doesn't seem like we need to, but actually, yeah, I guess I am curious how we pass parameters doing it like this, unless we don't, it's recommended not to do that, and just, I don't know, I guess you use this if there's no parameters that needs to be passed, and then if the other one you do, if you want parameters that's needed, or you want something to pass to the method, I guess you use the other way, I guess. Oh. Oh wow. Yeah. What? Alright, alright. I think this is better then. This is way better. So like he just mentioned a fighting game, well not a fighting game, but more like a beat 'em up, in which like let's say the hit animation or the fist or let's say the reach of the character is extended, or their arm has been extended to a point where it looks like they should be dealing damage. And to be fair to the player, we're going to give it like a small time frame to allow any enemies who make contact within a certain amount of frames to get damaged if they're still within the collision distance, right? And we can have a method that basically does that for us. Like we check the we can make it so that's checking for collision for these frames, and then once these frames are over, then we don't, like it's already too late, the enemies are there. So then if enemies were to be within that reach and the attacking frames have ended, then the player will take damage. That makes sense. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that first actually, before I get behind. Alright, so we need to create a what was it? A script. Call this a shooter. So this describes the property of an object to be as a shooter. And then we're just gonna go to our prefabs. Just drag and drop this. I'm just gonna put that down. So this Pikachu should have the shooter script as well. Alright. So shooter, I think he deleted everything, unfortunately. I remember that. But I guess it wouldn't make sense either, because the shooter probably only has, it's because these methods are activated by an event. So it doesn't need to be checked upon every frame, I guess. So public void fire, and then for now we're just going to return. So basically it does nothing. What we can do, we can go to the Pikachu or the prefab. Right. Go to Pikachu. Wait, why is this still showing this error? Let me see something. Animation function has no specified. Animation function has not been specified. That's fine. So then in our attack here, we can select fire. Cool. Ah. What? Right, right. Projectile, and then we could do the object's transform position, which is at the anchor point or the center of our sprite image. We can change that. Maybe add some padding so that maybe it doesn't have to be there. Because for Pikachu, the Thunderbolt comes from the cheeks, not from the body. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to the script. Serialized field. Game object. Config params. To do change the game object type to something more specific, because the reason why is we kind of did that in a previous script. I forgot which one. First, let's get rid of this. Was it this one? Yeah. So we did it here, so that way we can only pass in certain objects that fit a criteria, and that would be that it contains the attacker script, which describes that the object is an attacker. And yeah, so in this case we would only want, like, let's say projectile type objects to be passed in here, not any game object. So let's go create go ahead and create our object. We got sprites. Yeah, Thunderbolt. Just drag it, Thunderbolt. So it only has the first one. Does that look kind of too big? I think that might be a little bit too big. Alright, let's go ahead and maybe make it 125 or a little bit bigger, 150. Nah, let's make it 258. No, 225. Nah, it's too small. Yeah, never mind. Probably because I'm zoomed in. I think that's good. I call it Thunderbolt Projectile. Or maybe I should just do it like, oops. Projectile. Cool. And then in our shooter, I guess we pass in you go to prefab, put this here like that, and then as in the projectile, and then fire, we need to instantiate the projectile, or the projectile prefab, I guess, since I'm still learning, trying to get used to it. And then we want to do transform turning.identity, or I think it was capitalized. Just format this, and yeah, we're good. Yeah, never mind. It's not. Cool. Let me see. And then we could also translate the, so let's call this, you know, Thunderbolt. Oh wait, no. tb dot transform vector to left. I think that's what we did. I could be mistaken. Yeah. Alright. Which is the enemy spawner. So we do instantiate. Oh no, if we give it to the. Oh, that's why. So I guess we need to add that to the projectile script. So this part belongs to the actual projectile script object, or the script which will be placed in the projectile, which will replace this type. If everything's good. Alright, let's go ahead and see it in action. The idle does seem kind of long. Confused. Oh, there's no projectile prefab. Just drag and drop it there, and let's go. I do want to add an animation to it. So that way, I guess we need to also add a controller for it. I'm guessing. In order for it to work. Which is fine, I guess. Wait, what? What's this? Where's there two? And then we're just gonna loop the Thunderbolt. So let's go ahead and play that. What? Missing runtime. Oh, my bad. Defenders, Thunderbolts. So, yeah, let's go ahead and see. Nice. Okay. Wait, what? I thought he was gonna practice. Oh dang! I didn't know you can do that. You can actually combine sprites together. Oh wow, that's actually pretty smart actually. That's pretty smart. To the arm. Oh, dang. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. That's pretty smart. I never thought about doing that. So we're going to create an empty. I'll call these Thunder Cheeks. We're going to reset. Alright, I guess this is based off here. And yeah, we're going to have to create the prefab for it. So Thunder Cheeks. You want it to be, yeah, kind of like right here in the cheeks. Exactly right there. But you know what, we're just gonna put it a little bit further, like how about right here? I think that should be fine. Alright, then what we're gonna do is first of all update our prefab, take this Pikachu out, and then move this Pikachu in. And now we got Thunder Cheeks. And then what we're gonna do to our script is first of all we need basically we need to get the how would we do that actually? So our goal is trying to get the child's position. How do we do that? Is there a way to get the child? I have to look it up. Create a reference to our gun game object. So maybe we pass in Thunder Cheeks. So something like, this is probably one way to do it. Thunder Cheeks. Obviously comment projectile location. Because I know in what do you call it? In the laser defender, this would have been very helpful because for me I had to change the anchor point to the gun, which was I felt kind of weird, but by doing this we don't need to worry about it. The anchor point stays right in the center of the character and we can create a different object and use that position of to reference to initiate the bullet projectile. So that's pretty interesting to know. It's actually pretty cool. Alright, so we got Thunder Cheeks, and then instead we get Thunder Cheeks dot transform dot position, and then in this case, oh wait, did we get an error? The name Thunder Cheeks does not exist. Oh, my bad. So let's go ahead and see that. Should be here. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I don't know if I did it correctly though, because it feels kind of weird. It's a child, yeah, I'm still passing it as a reference to the actual object. My other idea would be to look it up, maybe reference it, maybe just some sort of code or method that allows us to get the child. How to reference child. child can't be directly referenced like that because a child doesn't exist in your code. It exists in the Unity project. Therefore, you need to get a reference to it. As for performance, it's completely irrelevant since you're doing it once, or you should be. You should probably use transform.find in this case, because GameObject.find will just get the first object it finds with that name, which isn't necessarily the child you want. Using transform.find makes it clear that you're getting a child, not just some other game object in the scene. Try this code. So this one, we get the scene, get the rocket, and then get child. I wonder if that's what he does. Let's go see. But later in the script, I don't think that would be good because projectile will be a specific type, and yeah. But I guess yeah, that would be nice to do if it's the same type, just so that's smaller. So he does it the way that we just did it. So I guess that is the right way of doing it, or at least a valid way. Well, I guess that works then. And it's a lot better than, you know, searching for it, because we actually pass it in. So I guess that's pretty good solution then. So while he does make a few mistakes, and some people would say like, oh, that's that's very unorganized for a lecture, or you paid for it. But I guess it helps make things more relatable, that like you're gonna experience these type of issues and it's gonna be fine. At least that's how I see it. Awesome. But before we continue, sorry, let's look at the Q&A. Any recommendations on where to go now? Wait, let me see. What is this about? I want to go ahead and move on to the original glitch garden, but it seems to be structured a good bit differently. Any recommendations on where I should start it? Never mind. Why not transform.getChild? I think a more professional way of getting child by transform.getChild instead of serialized field. Hi, that's probably a matter of personal preference. What is the desired game object? What if the desired game object is not at index 0? Is the getChild method as fast as direct reference to child? Professional does not have any relevance here. When you write code, these questions are more important. Huh, interesting. So there's not like a good way of doing things, as long as, I mean, of course there's probably a more optimal way of doing things, but if it gets the job done and there's really like any, like, you can barely tell any performance issues, then I guess the method doesn't really matter per se. Does the code solve the problem? Is the code performant enough? Is the code maintainable, readable, flexible? Nevertheless, that's just my personal opinion. If you feel that your approach is better than the solution, the serialized field, keep it. I don't know. I guess I learned to like serialized field because it's a lot easier, and yeah, there's not a lot of searching, which I think does require a lot of performance or a lot of resources for that, especially if your game's like really big. Yes, I agree with you. In this case, I think will be better for using. Oh, actually, yeah, actually this might be good. I thought it meant like finding the whole thing, but this code's actually pretty good too, because then, you know, it saves us from, because it feels like it's kind of like recursion a little bit, but it's not really. When we're passing in an object that belongs to a parent, it has the child object, but this one I think is better because then it finds the child with that name. But alright, in terms of scalability, like, let's say if I want to change the name in the future, right? For some odd reason, I would need to first change the name of the object, of course, but then I would need to change, I would need to go to the script and change the name as well. So it does have its pros and cons, and it really depends on the matter. This is neater, I think, I'd say, but for now I think I'm just going to keep the serialized field because it references it no matter what, unless I change the object. But then immediately I can just like change the name here and then just put it back again here without any issues. And yeah, so I'm gonna keep it like that. Let's go on to the next comment. Hi, I wonder why on Rick's Unity the cactus animation event has got set movement speed function while mine only shows no function need selected. I think that's fine. I mean, I did that too, but I had a feeling it's because there was no script in there to begin with, so we couldn't really select any method because there was no scripts that object had, so we couldn't select anything if we wanted to. Can't select fire. Create a new CDR script. Yep. Alright, never mind. I had done the same setup, but alright. It seems like there wasn't really anything like I mean, there's only one, I think, about the finding the child. That's the only good like perspective, new perspective. So you add a controller. So I guess that is the valid way of doing things. So if you wanted to create an animation for a specific sprite, we'd need to give it a controller as well. Alright. Oh, he's gonna do bone based. You can record, I think. Wait, that's the animation? What? Wait, what? What? Dang, I thought we were gonna give it like create a script for the projectile and then just have like a transform or translate the position of, or translate the speed essentially of the projectile. But for him, he uses an animation which is different. I think I'm gonna try to just do the script way because yeah, I think creating a new animation would probably be too. If not, I'll just do what he does then. Alright, so it's 1 hour already. So I mean, we've made good progress. We're able to make Pikachu shoot the projectile. There it is. That's not a bad animation, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna end it here, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.